What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the NRW Checkpoint, of course, with your men about gaming. WebsterStyle, myself, the man, the voice, the fragrance, of course, Brian Sapph, Mr. Talk+Play himself, Talk+Play blerdcast himself. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. Yeah. It has been a long day. Let's talk about some of our favorite things, gaming. So this week, it was sort of light with one humongous heavy hitter at the end, and most of you guys probably know what that one is by now. But first up is a game that I have heard about in the past couple weeks to months. Good things about. It's Tchia. It's on the PS4 and 5 and PC, and it's a day one drop on PlayStation Plus.
I told you they trying to do something.
They trying something.
Day ones.
It's an action adventure game from Wekbe. I know I'm mispronouncing the name of this publisher, and I apologize. Publisher, excuse me, not publisher, developer. The publisher is Kepler Interactive. So Tchia is an action adventure video game played in the third person perspective. The player assumes control of the titular protagonist, who must explore a tropical archipelago to rescue her kidnapped father. Now, this is what I've actually heard referred to as Breath of the Wild sort of gameplay style. And when we watch the trailer, you'll get a little bit as well. But also, we talk about different characters being the leads, and being this is a little girl that's a POC is definitely, near and dear to my heart. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this trailer in mass when we get to it.
Agreed. I sound familiar.
Yeah, familiar. I'm not sure. I feel like we might have reacted to it, or we might have talked about it because it was on one of PlayStation's State of Play couple months. They haven't had a lot of them, so
right.
Pretty recently. So I'm pretty sure we've discussed it pretty recently when we talked about the State of Play. Next up is the game that I know we talked about before, and I believe it came out last year for the Xbox as well as the PlayStation systems, and that's Have a Nice Death, and this is for the Switch and coming out on PC. Action game, Metroidvania type game, is from developer Magic Design Studios, publisher Perfect World Entertainment. As I said, it's a 2D action roguelike, not Metroidvania, so I was incorrect in that one. Because we talked about roguelites and it being something different. I do remember the conversation we had about this. Where you play as an overworked death whose employees have run rampant. In order to restore order, you'll have to grab your trusty scythe and show your employees who's boss. Okay. Yeah, don't mess with death.
Right. But see, he talking about employers who, because only people I know who would employ death is what? Either God or the devil? Who we fighting?
No, his employees. So all his
okay, I see what you're saying. Right. So the demons and the minions, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, they picked the wrong day to slack off, apparently. Death ain't
Which, I mean, hey, when death knock at your door, it's time.
Yep. And we are watching a trailer for that one. Next up is Atelier Ryza 3. Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, and this is on the PS4, 5, and the Switch. This is an RPG from developer Gust and publisher Koei Tecmo. So the game follows the fan favorite alchemist Rysland Stout and her mischievous friends on their third summer adventure as they set off to investigate a group of mysterious islands that have suddenly appeared, adversely affecting the stability of their hometown, Kirkin Island. Yeah, 3 islands just popping up out of the blue.
I was just getting ready to say.
That's good.
Yeah, and then the fact, you know what? Are we watching the trailer for that?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
we are watching the trailer for this one
because I want to understand. Like, you talking about 3 brand new islands, and you ready to go explore? No.
Yeah. something nefarious is afoot there. We already know that.
Gotta be.
So, and apparently this is the third in a series, but this series has actually been going on for, when I was reading, it's like the 25th anniversary. I'm like, really? Wow.
Really? And they only got 3 games? Or is it like some
of
spin-off
this
stuff in there
series
too?
of this? I'm pretty sure there are different iterations of it over the years. So I was like, okay, that's impressive. You know, there's some game series that kind of just sneak by you and you never hear of. Again, this is probably mostly in Japan too. One of the things about the Switch, specifically, I think that because of the runaway success of the Switch, a lot of the Japanese companies have been willing to port over series that have been exclusively in Japan for all these years.
That makes sense.
In a larger volume than we've seen before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because we've been doing this for a while now, and there are always game series we've never heard of because they're coming out on the Switch.
Yeah.
And just because it's a Switch, like, hey, let's just put it out in English. Why not? Or give it subtitles. You can make a couple extra dollars off of it.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm not mad at that. And then
not at all.
It makes sense too, because I'm looking at it. It says only for PlayStation 4 or 5 and the Switch. Those are all Japanese.
Exactly.
So that makes sense. Sorry to Microsoft, but maybe, I mean, we don't stay on number 3. I would assume that that this company, these publishers or whatever, they would be interested in having it be on Microsoft products. Because I mean,
yeah,
it seems like it's a fan base there.
I think we'll definitely see more of that with this current generation, since things are as close as they are sales wise, with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series systems. I mean, we saw that with the 360 era too.
Right.
Especially as it was neck and neck. You saw a lot of those formerly Japanese titles that you thought would never be on an Xbox, even though it was only the second generation Xbox, they ended up on Xbox as well. So, you know, when they see money, they go for
it. Which, me too.
Exactly. Next up, we have Storyteller, which is on the Switch and PC. It's a puzzle game and is from developer Daniel Ben-Mergu. I think I got that right. And publisher AAPI Interactive. So Storyteller is a puzzle game about building stories. You use a set of icons to match what is happening in each frame of the story. It's a simple challenge that gets the mind stretching as you construct some of history's greatest stories using building blocks that each has the ability, had their own qualities. And we are not watching a trailer for that one. That was the only one we're not watching a trailer for today.
Okay.
All right.
It sounds interesting though.
Yeah, definitely. Last game is, one that kind of goes with the trend of the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Even just a couple weeks ago, we got the Metroid Prime remake. This is another remake of a fan favorite, much heralded, beloved game. And it is Resident Evil 4 remake. And that's on pretty much everything except for Switch and Xbox One. So PS4, 5, VR2, Xbox Series SX, and PC. Action game. Look, if you don't know what Resident Evil
is, I'm about to say, come on now.
Capcom, and it's a remake of Resident Evil 4, which was the first one where we had that over-the-shoulder view, which has now become, especially with the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, that sort of standard of RE gameplay. And it follows Leon on a mission to a rural village in Spain. Villagers there are infected with a parasite called Las Plagas and attack him on sight. And you have that standard trope of rescuing the president's daughter and, all that jazz. So, but we're definitely watching the trailer for that. And the first trailer up is for Tchia.
Let's go.
Is the T silent? Is it this Tchia?
Let's see. Oh no, they definitely saying that T. I just feel like. Okay. No, that was it too. about to say this look pretty on the money. By New
Caledonia.
Okay. New Caledonia.
Island of Caledonia.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Is that the island world those white people had pulled up and the people was like, nope, and they killed them?
I don't know. But that would be kind of cool.
No, that's the Sentinelese island.
Oh, okay.
No, but I know what you're talking about.
There we go. Yeah. Because they was like, nah, we've been secluded on purpose. That looks interesting though.
Yeah.
I like that they pulled some inspiration from like some actual, like real life thing. Like, not that games never do that, but I've never seen it done like that, where it's like, oh, we're gonna study this island of people and then make a game off of them. This is pretty dope.
Yeah, I definitely see why people were comparing it to Wind Waker just based on that trailer, especially with the boating and the gliding. It's like, yeah, it's very Zelda-esque. And again, there's nothing wrong with being, inspired by other games and incorporating those. So, I'm interested in that. I mean, obviously, I'm not playing it because I don't have a PlayStation, but it's definitely a game that is very interesting. I'll definitely be looking out for seeing some Let's Plays and whatnot on Twitch and so on and so forth. All right, next up is our roguelite, our lone roguelite of the week. And it's Have a Nice Death. Remember before every other game was a roguelite?
Yeah. Which, I started taking a little peek into roguelikes or whatever. And I think this year I'm gonna give it a try. Just because sometimes you need quick games to just, it's over and done in like an hour or so, and you can decide whether or not you want to run back through it.
Right.
I remember when Sifu first came out, I was like, this game is fire. And it was simply because you had to run back through it, try to beat it before you die. This looked dope though.
Yeah, I love the art stylist. I wonder if any of this is hand drawn, because I feel like probably some of it is.
Listen, knowing the illustrators of today's time, I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because there's some amazing things happening in the illustration world. That looks good though.
Yeah.
I want to understand it a little bit more, like the premise behind it. Well, he's killing his employees.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I want to understand the end game behind it. Like, what does all of that lead you to? Do you not become? Or do you stop being the Grim Reaper once you kill everybody? I don't know.
You probably become
I'm interested
at a Grim Reaper.
Right. I'm interested though. That looks dope.
Yeah, it does. So next up we have Atelier Ryza 3.
Which
a lone RPG of the week. That's surprising too.
I mean,
when strange islands suddenly appear, Ryza and friends set sail to investigate in order to protect their homeland from impending danger. Sprawling landscapes set the stage for your adventure. Freely explore this vast world and forge your own path in this charming RPG.
Ride dolphins.
Yeah, I see.
Heroes from all walks of life.
Was that a glitch?
During battle, work with your allies to activate various skills, which can be swapped out when needed. Teamwork is paramount after all.
Me too. I was just getting ready to say.
New features are also in store. The keys to this lively adventure are in your hands.
Is it turn-based?
Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key launches on Nintendo Switch February 24th, 2023.
I see why that game has been around for as long as it has. Because
it's on the radar.
Yeah, me too. Because it definitely has a big that open world thing. This game been around for 25 years. This series was the first game open world too.
I don't know. When I was just looking up the synopsis for this game, it talked about it being the 25th anniversary of it. I'm like, really?
Well, Wait, of the third game or
no, of this series as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. It looks dope. I only question I have, 'cause I didn't really get a full understanding of it. Is the battle system turn based? If it is,
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. Because part of it looks action, part of it looks turn-based. Especially when she pulled out the key and everything, it looked like there was some turn-based elements to that.
Either way, I'm interested. It looks like a healthy mix of Genshin Impact and like a little bit of Zelda in there, and I also see like remnants of Fire Emblem, or maybe it's the other way around. Since this game been around for like this series been around for like 25 years. These are all newer games. Like,
right?
I don't know. Either way, I'm interested. Look like it got the stuff I'm interested in playing.
Exactly.
So, Nintendo Switch.
Yep, Nintendo Switch. All right, and last up is a game that's not on the Switch.
Right.
Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Which makes sense, man. As graphic and gory as Resident Evil is.
We are all connected through the holy body. When you need only accept the sacred gift. Christ! Like she did.
Temperance, child.
I've taken delivery of preparing.
It definitely looks remade, and it looks good.
Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
I'll make it for you.
Move! Always like this with you? How about you open fire instead of your mouth?
Long time no see.
Major Krauser? Why?
You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
What's gonna happen to me?
We gotta keep moving forward. We'll beat this. Together.
Thanks.
Then come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea.
You gotta hurt yourself.
This is kind of fun. Ahead.
You're kidding.
Yes, the time has come.
Like I told you. I'm gonna get you home safe.
I'm ready to die, rookie.
Exalt all Leon! And let it be so!
This time, it has to be different.
Got to be. Okay.
Well now, time to cause some mayhem.
Of course, missionaries.
What? Okay.
You know,
like the trailer.
I was watching this trailer, and I think for me, some of the other trailers just it never gave me a reason why this needed to be remade. Because realistically, it's like the most modern of the RE games. It's like what set RE down the path it went down after 5 and 6, as far as the gameplay perspective. Yeah. But now seeing this trailer, I'm like, okay, I can understand why the graphical upgrade. I'm interested to see how much of the gameplay has been changed, because I think that's probably not my biggest gripe, but my biggest question. Like, did you really need to change a lot of gameplay? And if so, I mean, if that was the case, did they?
Yeah, and that's what I would hope. You know what I'm saying? Because the trailer looks good. I know, everybody who's like big Resident Evil fans, they already played this game because this is a remake. Right. But how much of a remake is it? I'm kind of leaning towards the same, questions you have. Like, what did y'all do? Because from comparing it, I guess I would say like maybe Final Fantasy VII kind of kicked off this recent wave of remakes, and they did a really good job remaking that game. New battle style in there, They gave you extra story that wasn't in the original game. Like they did a really good job with like remaking the game on top of the graphical improvements.
Right.
So I'm wondering, what did they do for Resident Evil 4 remake? Because that obviously setting the stage for something larger. And isn't the Resident Evil series, did it get canceled or is it coming back for another season? I'm not sure.
What, the Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, that got canceled in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay. Well,
best
of luck to you.
That, Lance Reddick, one of his last roles was that. I'm like, goodness.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I hope that they did something different with it. I haven't played Resident Evil since like the first one. And even that was like super brief just because I'm not like super big into horror games.
Here, but I like watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. They're great games to watch. So I'm interested now. Because you putting a remake on there and trying to sell it like it's a brand new game on all of the consoles, got to be worth the dollar bills.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be. One of my guys I follow probably has already started playing this, so I'll probably check it out to see how it looks. Yeah, because he's always gets a review copy of it to play for playthroughs. The advertising part of it.
Yeah.
So. All right, but that's it for our gaming this week. Brian, what's going on with you this week on the Talk and Play blerdcast?
So this week, not much actually. Not much has been, calling my spirit to speak on. Like not much has been grabbing me, but I am in the middle of editing a brand new episode that should be coming out in the next day or two, probably tomorrow, if I'm being honest, because it wasn't long and I didn't have much to talk about. So, that and that's it. Preparing. Dreamville Festival is coming up.
Okay.
What did I say? 10 days away, something like that.
10 days, all right.
Getting ready to hit the well, not the road because I'm definitely not driving. Getting ready to board a flight and go see my favorite artist perform at J. Cole's Dreamville Festival in North Carolina. Okay. What about yourself? What do you have coming up?
I just dropped 146. I think it's 146. Yeah. A couple days ago, I had an interview with Corsa Grant, who's one of the co-creators of the comic Worthy Chaos Redemption. So I talked to her, as well as talking about fragrance from Ola Zion. It's Ola Zion number 23, which smells deceivingly like Baccarat 540. And I was surprised because it's not even listed. None of the notes listed, but it lasts forever. Like I sprayed the business card a week and a half ago. Smells so potent.
Okay.
So
it's a good fragrance.
So yeah, so that was most of the episode for this week because I don't like them to be that long, and so no Star Trek talk, nothing like that. But I got a couple of interviews lined up that I've got in the can that you'll be hearing over the next couple of weeks over on Sartorial and Geek Podcast by WebsterStyle. But of course, you're with nerds. Nerds read the world. Look, listen. This is a PSA for all of you out there who picked on us, called us names. Feel like We Are the Champions should be playing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about right now. We rule this place. Look at pop culture.
Look at it.
Look at everything that's hip. Look at video games. Who did that? Nerds. Nerds rule the world, and you are one of the premier places where you can see that happen every single day.
Agreed.
Nerds rule the world. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram at New Release Wednesday, and of course, you're currently on YouTube, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Or you could just do that. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I like that.